Hi, kindergartners. It's Miss Clisham. Today we are going to work on opinion writing. And for this lesson, you'll need a family member or a stuffy or someone you can just stop and talk and think with about what we're reading and writing. And opinion writing is a kind of writing in which an author gives his or her opinion about a topic, or tells the writer what he or she thinks or feels about something. And that such writing usually includes reasons that explain the author's thinking. Today, we are going to read the poem titled Alligators Are Unfriendly by Jack Pretletsky. The author of this poem tells the reader his opinion or what he thinks about alligators. Your job is to listen for the author's opinion about alligators as we read the poem aloud. Alligators are unfriendly. Alligators are unfriendly. They are easily upset. I suspect that I would never care to have one for a pet. Suspect means to think or imagine. Oh, I know they do not bellow. Bellow means to roar loudly. And I think they do not shed. Shed is to lose fur or hair. But I'd probably be nervous if I had one in my bed. Alligators are not clever. Clever means smart. They are something of a bore. And that just means the author thinks they are not interesting. They can't heel or catch a frisbee. Heel means to follow very closely to a person's heels when walking. And they don't greet you at the door, for their courtesy is lacking. That means they have bad manners. And their tempers are not sweet. That means they are grumpy or mean. And they won't even fetch your slippers, though they just might eat your feet. To fetch means to get something and bring it back. We are now going to think about what is the author's opinion about alligators? What does he think of them? Turn and talk. If you need extra time, please feel free to pause this video. Oh, I heard people say he doesn't like alligators. He thinks they are not friendly. He might eat their feet. And when I look back at the poem, I see the part that says, I suspect that I would never care to have one for a pet. So that also tells me that the author would not want to have an alligator as a pet. We're going to read this one more time. Let's listen. Let's listen for the reasons that the author explains why he thinks an alligator would not make a good pet. Alligators are unfriendly. Alligators are unfriendly. They are easily upset. I suspect that I would never care to have one for a pet. Oh, I know they do not bellow, and I think they do not shed, but I'd probably be nervous if I had one in my bed. Alligators are not clever. They are something of a bore. They can't heel or catch a frisbee. They don't greet you at the door, for their courtesy is lacking, and their tempers are not sweet. They won't even fetch your slippers, though they just might eat your feet. What reasons does the author give to explain why an alligator would not make a good pet? Turn to your partner and feel free to pause if you need more time. Oh, I just heard someone say, the author says their courtesy is lacking. So the author thinks that they don't have good manners and therefore wouldn't make a good pet. I also heard someone say the author would be nervous if he had one in his bed. I think I would too. And I also heard someone say the author said their tempers are not sweet. They can be mean and grumpy. That's another reason the author doesn't think that they would make a good pet. Now we're going to take some time and do some writing. So if you have a notebook and a pencil, you can take time to either do some free writing today, or you can think about this question. Do you agree with the author's opinion that an alligator would not make a good pet, and why? I'm going to start my writing. With a drawing. And Miss Clisham doesn't draw that well, but I always do the best that I can. So I'm just going to try to sketch an alligator, and he might come out kind of funny looking, I'm thinking. Here's his head, his mouth. Let's see, I know he has a long body. And let's see, I know he has feet. He has 4 feet. Oh, just doing the best that I can. 2 more back feet, and I'm not even sure what kind of a tail he has. I know he has an eyeball and teeth, and I can even label my picture if I'd like. Alligator. I'm not sure how to spell alligator. I can stretch it out. Alligator. Definitely hear the A sound. Gator. And I'm not sure if an alligator would make a good pet or not. I'm not sure what my opinion is. I'm going to have to think more about that. What is your opinion? What are you going to write about today? Remember, just do your best to sound out words. Okay, that's it for now. See you soon.